this is Can't Get Right MMA, and I must admit, man, perhaps I treated Arman Sarukian too harshly. I really didn't, but let me go over the summary in this video, man. I'm going to be going over my original critiques and even disses about Arman Sarukian, and also I want to get into how he's been winning over the fans recently with his tour that he's been going on, this media tour he's been going on, not just like doing interviews and everything like that, but actively calling fighters out in the UFC inside grappling matches, things of the sort, right? And just being active outside of the UFC. And also, later in this video, why this is very important, why promotion is important, and getting the fans on your side is important. I mean, you should know this, right? This is common knowledge, but for some people, this is this is WWE. You know what I'm saying? This is WWE basically. Alrighty, let's go over my original critiques about Arman Sarukian from the jump. At first, I didn't really like Arman Sarukian, man, because what he did to Bobby Green, you know what I'm saying, try to press Bobby Green with all his goons and everything, try to press him backstage. I just didn't really like that. I just don't like that, you know what I'm saying? But the greatest thing that Arman Sarukian has ever done was pull out of a title fight, apparently to all his fans. But now I'm getting to the distance. But like I said, dude, one of the biggest things everybody's upset about Arman Sarukian, especially Dana White, is him pulling out of that title fight with Islam Makhachev on a day's notice. Now, you may think, bro, he got injured, man. Why are you gonna fault him for an injury? Like, who cares if it's last minute? If your back is injured, you know what I'm saying, don't take the fight. But there was heavy speculations and even insinuation from, say, like UFC staff, other people from MMA media, that it was not a back injury. It was a weight problem. He didn't make weight. That was a big critique, right? Obviously, him pulling out of the fight last minute, fuck, bro. It sucks. But coming to find out, it wasn't really an injury, and it could have very well been a weight miss. Like, oh, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's shat his pants. You know what I'm saying? Shat his pants, like Paddy Pimblett always says. But you saying I can let that go. I still hold that over him, bro. Not gonna lie, I don't let it go. I don't let it go. Dog, I was just about to go into the next thing, right? I was about to go, yeah, that sucks. But this is another problem. Let me actually harp on that, bro. I'm not gonna harp on it too long, but I just like set that in, bro. Really set that in. Dana White is pissed at him for a proper reason. There's so many reasons actually, but this is a big reason. Like weight miss speculations, like I'm pretty sure there was no x-ray, no doctor, anything, and I'm pretty sure the UFC never got confirmation that it was a back injury that made him pull out of the fight. So yeah, Dana White literally does not like him at all for this, and it is because this is a big event. Like the reason I dislike him so much is because I loved that fight. You know what I'm saying? I love that fight. Arman Sarukian versus Islam Makhachev 2. Like come on, bro. Like I wanted that shit injected in my veins. Like whenever it was coming up, oh yeah, tomorrow is Arman versus Islam 2. Like it felt like it wasn't real. A distinct memory in my head. Like I had this memory in my head of looking at this and like this is tomorrow. And then I get the news, bro, and it's like, oh, he's facing Renato Moicano. And now a bigger stain and another asterisk on Islam Makhachev's lightweight legacy. You know what I'm saying? So, talking about the featherweight thing, so on and so on. But, so yeah, let's get into the next thing, man. Like I said, obviously upset about him for pulling out, and also it was speculated it was more of a weight miss. Now, another reason I was upset at Arman Sarukian is because the inactivity, right? The inactivity, he was just literally yapping on Twitter, but not just the inactivity, right? He was turning down. It wasn't just because, oh, he's recovering his back and this and that, and no. He was turning down fights. He was actively ducking Mateusz Gamrot. He was saying, oh, he's too low in the rankings, you know what I'm saying, this is not good for me, this isn't that. He even offered, like, oh, I would come back for Dan Hooker, though, and that fight did end up happening. But, dude, basically, I was like, well, Mateusz Gamrot has a win over Arman Sarukian on paper. It would be the perfect matchup of, like, hype, competitiveness, and also something to prove, right? And also a legacy thing as well, because, okay, you can get that win back, that injustice back, and boom, then now you're in title talks again, because like I said, you're not going to be in title talks again right after you pulled out on a day's notice and ruined an event. Him versus Gamrot was literally like a great matchup, but he's want to be a little princess rich boy, but oh, he's too low in the rankings for me. It doesn't make sense. But it's like, aren't you gonna win though? Or aren't you gonna win over Gamrot? And also, it's like it's logic that this is a good matchup. Like I said, due to Gamrot having a win over him on paper, and also the styles, right? It would just be a great stylistic fight. So he was literally just ducking Gamrot, and this all goes in one. I was upset because of the inactivity, right? And what also fueled more inactivity, him turning down fights, him ducking a hard fight. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, well, I think he would have won way more decisively in the rematch. But this is what I'm saying. He was ducking even the possibility of that happening. And on top of that, while simultaneously being inactive and ducking Mateusz Gamrot, he is calling Ilya Topuria duck. Now, I was an Ilya Glazer back then. I still kind of am, because, you know what I'm saying? The reason I say kind of, because I don't really know what's going on with this court case or whatever. But while he's actively ducking Mateusz Gamrot because he's too low in the rankings, he's going to call Ilya Topuria a duck. You know what I'm saying? And I was even saying annoyed about that, because I was like, dude, Ilya Taporia called you out on the biggest stage. He just won the double. He just now got double champ status. He is a superstar. He beat like just the highest pinnacle level of talent, and he called you out. He said, oh, there's a guy whenever it's time to show up, his back hurts. He's referring to Arman Sarukian, but it was Joe Rogan, right? It was Joe Rogan. Oh, you're talking about Paddy Pimblett. Whenever Ilya Taporia called out Arman and Paddy, but Joe Rogan, as soon as he heard blonde, he was like, you're talking about Paddy Pimblett, and he didn't even address the original call out, which was Arman Sarukian. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, while like I said, it just pissed me off that Arman Sarukian was calling Ilya Taporia a duck while he was simultaneously ducking Mateusz Gamrot, and also Ilya Taporia called him out on the biggest stage. And I get the ducking narratives. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. This is another thing. I'm gonna get to the disses, right? I was dissing Arman Sarukian saying, yeah, he's a high level fighter, a great fighter, but he's just gonna be Ilya Taporia's next highlight reel. But that's just me joking, right? This is dissing because I didn't like Arman Sarukian. I'm gonna let you understand that. You know what I'm saying? Also, I dissed him saying, oh yeah, he survived Oliveira, and I often yeah, there we go. I want to get into that. I've been discrediting Arman Sarukian's win over Charles Oliveira by saying he survived Oliveira, right? He survived Oliveira, and I even admitted, yeah, that's cope, right? I was just coping, joking, and also I just want to discredit Arman Sarukian, but it was a competitive fight, and it's a great fight, a great showing. So yeah, I just want to clear some of that up. Like I do like Arman Sarukian's fight style, that is, but him personally is kind of iffy. But he has been rallying me as much as so many other fans that did not like him before with this right here, man. He has been active. He's been listening to the fans, and he's learning, bro. He's learning from his previous mistakes, right? His previous mistakes being inactivity, right? And also fan support. You know what I'm saying? He's getting passed up over a title fight because Paddy Pimblett, he's more popular and more marketable than him, and also other reasons like him being a low-down dirty thug, you know what I'm saying? With headbutting Dan Hooker at the weigh-ins on top of all the other controversies he has. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's literally fucking up his own opportunity. So, but the reason I say he's learning from his mistakes is because he's making a huge effort to rally fans on his side, right? He's doing interviews, right? But not just interviews, right? He's going to like stream it, like streamers, stuff like that. There's a big collab with him, Arman Sarukian, MMA Guru. I was watching that live. I've never thought like I would actually be able to watch an Aiden Ross stream for that long. But dude, MMA Guru was there, Arman Sarukian. They did like a grappling match. Even that, right? Arman Sarukian grappling the MMA Guru. Everybody's eyes is going to be on that. Like, and he wasn't like a weirdo too. He seemed way more down to earth or whatever. Like, he was cool with MMA Guru. It's like, oh, it's online or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You talking shit about me, it's online or whatever. And on top of that, he even mentioned in that stream that, oh, I understand, right? He's not like always bitching and complaining about the title with Paddy and Gaethje, but he understands that, oh, this is the reason that I've been headbutting people, I've been bullying out of fight. He knows why. And so look, so the way he's rallying fans by his side, like I said, making a huge effort going on this media tour, interviews with Ariel Helwani, interviews with this person, interviews with that person, streaming here, streaming there. Also, on top of that, he's been constantly grappling. A big critique of mine was the inactivity of everybody. It was the inactivity. Last time he fought before UFC Qatar was UFC 300. So, like I said, a big critique of mine was he was trying to call his shots, calling Ilya Taporia ducks, staking his claim to a title while doing nothing of relevance. You could say, literally just sitting on his ass, just tweeting. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest critique of him doing that while just sitting on his ass, basically. But now he's constantly grappling, right? This is not only the grappling. It goes to his activity, and on top of that, wins over the fans. You know what I'm talking about? So boom, he's getting way more fan support by going on this huge media tour, actually like showing way much more of his personality, actually doing things outside of the cage, and on top of that, grappling, being active in some type of combat sport. Now let me get into the grappling, right? I believe he had 6 grappling matches as of late, like throughout the year. I know he had one with Benson Henderson, but also, dude, Shara Magomedov. Oh, people forget, man. Oh my gosh. Dude, he had a grappling match with Shara Magomedov. You know what I'm saying? A UFC middleweight, slammed him and everything, and it went to a draw, but he picked him up, slammed him. I'm pretty sure he won that, but it went to a draw because it was submission only, and nobody got submitted. So, but he did pick him up, slam him. That was like the main highlight of it. And also, he recently got another win on his belt in the grappling with an NCAA wrestler. I'm a wrestling casual guy, so I'm gonna just let that be known. But and that same thing, on that same night, he was doing an interview with the Schmo, I believe, and that's when he called out Michael Chandler. So, boom, he called out Michael Chandler, another ranked lightweight, for a grappling match, and also was Paddy Pimblett's most recent win. You know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, before Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, right, at the time I'm uploading this. And also, we got some good news because Michael Chandler accepted it, bro. So, like I said, he had like 6 or 7 goddamn fucking grappling matches, bro, as of late. And one of the most recent ones being Shara Magomedov. And another fighter he just called out was Michael Chandler, a ranked lightweight in his division. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, bro, this is just smart. He's learning from his mistakes, guys. He's learning from his mistakes. And, yeah, I just really wanted to highlight that. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps I did treat him too harshly. I didn't really treat him too harshly, but I just gotta say, I just would rather not be always negative and highlight, oh, he's actually making an effort to, you know what I'm saying, fix his mistakes. Now let's get into this MMA WWE comparison, man. Anytime, like, there's this misconception, you try to promote a fight, try to sell a fight, it automatically becomes WWE, and it's like, oh my gosh, or whatever. And it's just cringy, or, you know what I'm saying? But cutting these promos is one of the most essential ways to create hype in general, and that's why you will often hear fighters say things like this. Oh, this person gets opportunities because they trash talk, and the people say the only reason someone gets their opportunities is because they trash talk. Say like Paddy Pimblett, or they're popular. No, that's not the only reason. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing and doing that. Arman Sarukian, he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing in the cage, but outside of that, he wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? In fact, doing the complete opposite and just sabotaging himself. So let me get into this. Why promotion is important. The UFC, man, it's a business. Wow, shocker, right? They need to sell tickets. They need to sell out arenas. They need to get you clicking. They need to get you watching. It's called sports and entertainment. It's not just called sports. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like the day fucking the UFC becomes boxing, I have a rope and a chair like ready. You know what I'm saying? So I like that's gonna be one of the worst things, which I think is kind of leaded to that way. I really hope UFC doesn't become boxing, but like I said, it is a business and it's called sports and entertainment. You need fans on your side, or like what else is going to incentivize the UFC to pick you over the second best guy, especially if you're doing the bullshit that Arman Sarukian was doing. You get what I'm saying? And when I say second best guy, I'm talking about Paddy Pimblett. I'm saying he's undefeated, also climbing up the ranks, doing everything he's supposed to, like I've been saying. And like I said, I'm the sport guy, man. I'm the sport guy. I really love it. We need to protect the best fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? Because the UFC does not care anymore. Like, look at the Dana White interview. I really wanted to go over that. Like the Dana White interview. Oh, you don't like it? Don't watch it. I bet y'all know what I'm referring to, brother. Volk versus Lopez 2. If you don't like it, don't watch it. He knows, bro. He knows he has people watching. He knows he has all the money in the world. He's not in here to sell the best of the best no more, bro. To be honest, he's here to sell the most exciting fight. And that's his main priority. It used to be a mix between the two, but I believe that's his main priority now. And I hate that politics always go into this, but with the whole Arman Sarukian thing, that is fair. And I also don't want Arman Sarukian to get the title either. Like, I'm seeing his races now, but I do not want him to get to the title because I know he's just going to take the UFC for a ride, take the division for a ride, and just shit on every, like, you know what I'm saying, make it all about him or whatever, because he doesn't need the UFC. He's a rich boy, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't really need the UFC. So that's why I don't want him to become a champion. Like I said, I'm the sport guy. I really want that to happen, but you need to lock in about the fan appeal, the fan interest is the thing that you need to be doing. I don't get how some fighters just brush that off. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go the fucking Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Mr. Smiley Pants route. It's like, oh, trash talk, oh, these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trash talk your opponent, bro. Build up fights, cut promos. You don't even gotta trash talk. Just cut promos, bro. That's why. Shout out Joaquin Buckley, bro. That's what I gotta say. Shout out Joaquin Buckley. I'm rambling now, but dude, I need 50 subscribers to be able to stream on YouTube. And hey, man, if you like this content, I have way better content from my previous videos and banger content coming in the future. So, like I said, please like, subscribe, and if you subscribe and you want to watch more of my videos, turn on those post notifications so you can get notified whenever I do upload again. And dude, the streams is gonna be great. The streams are gonna be fight companions, obviously, but also I got a whole new set of balls for y'all, bro. Wait, what the fuck am I talking about? A whole new thing for y'all to transition to my second channel. So yeah, my personal channel, that is.